Bangin' beers, bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. If you got some beers to bring, you know we're always down to hang. One or two or three more, come see what we've got in store. A beer for you and a beer for me, 1 and 1, and that makes 3. So if you think you're down to hang, come and join the bangin' gang. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers.
A little long there in the intro. Oh boy, here we are. Anthony Blackwell Jr., thank you for the share. What a nice guy you are. It's me. Hey guys, we're here. We did make some announcements for the show. Obviously, it won't affect Bangin' Beers podcast. We're going to be still here every Friday night. But if you like the other shows on the network, please check us out on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock now. Except one night will be at 9:30. It varies, 9:30. And you can come hang out and watch our pop culture show, our supernatural show, or our wrestling show.
Slams on the wrestling show.
And yeah. Tonight we got Ben, Bob, Pops, and Austin, who's home from the military. If you're an OG Bangin' Beers fan, he was on episode 1 when he came home from the military,
where we did the gauntlet of 15 beers.
Yeah, we did
or more.
We had 348 beers. Now he's here from episode 1 to 94. Crazy, right? It sounds like you're not even on. Is your mic on?
He is not on.
Fucking newbie. He's not used to the new equipment. He hasn't been here for the new equipment yet. Yeah, it looks a lot different now, doesn't it? Yeah,
it does.
Are you proud of us how we've evolved?
Yeah,
More stickers.
more stickers.
More stickers, yeah.
Jesus, when Fulton posted
The
on
Bangin'
your
Beers,
wall,
yeah.
Oh my God, I was like,
How horrible
what?
were those microphones?
Oh my God.
The older stuff is tough to watch.
And Fulton's like, oh yeah, we should do that again. I'm like, you want us to fuck up our stomachs again?
That was a bad episode. That was the brown bag episode. We put it all like malt liquors and the brown bag episode.
And Mad Dog 2020 was the last
we
one.
ended it with a Mad Dog 2020, and I peed out my butt for like a week and a half. It was bad news bears.
A good 4 days for me, man.
Yeah, it was rough.
There's a campsite there.
Make sure you guys check out the links below. Follow us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram. I have to get a list next time. I will promise I will have it ready for this, but we did get to share this in a few different beer pages. Make sure you go follow those beer pages. I will have a list of those next time. If you are watching from one of those beer pages, comment on it and tell the group or share the group in the chat if you are watching. But there's a few of them. I don't have them all. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops, and I know Beers and Buds is one. Central PA Whalers is another one. There's a few of them. I don't remember them all.
Central PA Whalers, yeah.
Whalers, yeah. So if you are watching from those, thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the follow, like, and hit share if you're watching. Help us grow it. The best way to do it so we don't have to pay algorithms is this word of mouth and natural shares and conversations. What are you guys drinking tonight? Put them in the chat. Tell us what you think. We are doing 3 beers. First time ever on the show. Strange Root beers. I'm not even sure where they're out of. We'll pull that up in a minute here and find that out. Elysian. We have 3 Elysian pumpkin style beers. And then we're going to start the show with a Brew Daddy. Brew Daddy won the best Oktoberfest of the year with their Walterfest. I went up to pick it up to have it for the show last week. You weren't unable to make it, so you didn't get to try the Walterfest. But if we go up Monday, Austin will try to grab it, and maybe we'll bring another one back for you. But while we were there, we picked up their mango seltzer that they were working on. We're going to crack that open right now. This beer is an experience. We did a whole seltzer episode. It was very lackluster. They're seltzers. You don't give them much respect. They're not that great. We can go big boy poise on this one without soaking the table.
I only got a little bit on. Hey, calm down. I always have to crack the can, and I get the full can, and everybody else gets the simple pours.
Brew Daddy Brewing Company is in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and they make great beers there in Allentown. Between Brew Daddy and McCall, you can't go wrong in the Allentown area. I'm sure there's other ones out there. Those are the ones I'm more aware of.
They're two solid breweries overall. So
Brew Daddy Brewing Company, 37 beers. Average check-in is 371, and they're pretty much rarely new. They're new to the
Fairly
scene.
new,
Yeah,
yeah.
fairly new to the scene. Interesting smell. It did not have this smell the first time I had it.
It smells like a mango white claw to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I think it tastes a lot
it's
better.
stronger smell than last time.
Mm-hmm. Now this is Something in the Water Mango by Brew Daddy.
Oh,
It's a hard seltzer, clocking in at 5% alcohol by volume. Smooth, light, crisp, and refreshing. Our hard seltzer hits the spot with a delicious and wonderful fruity mango finish. There's definitely something in the water, and you're going to want to try it.
so
Flat and mango, it's the tasting notes.
There's definitely something in the water. This requires a second taste.
so for me, is if you bought a Dole cup, and it has the fruit in it, and then you eat the fruit, or you just drink the juice that's in the Dole cup, it literally tastes like fruit juice with a little hint of the seltzer taste to it, like the seltzer kick, like the fuzziness. I fucking love this.
The TV static.
Yeah, but it's not overbearing. It's
No,
not
it's
like
super good.
it's
No,
very
it's not.
very small that the TV static will say. But honestly, I think it has the mango, but it's very mango peach-esque to me.
Yeah,
It tastes like you're drinking a Dole cup.
It's a soft mango flavor, Dad. I really like that.
I'm picking up peach. There peach in this?
Well, mango and peach is in the same family, I guess.
Same ballpark.
Yeah.
It tastes a little bit juicy. It's not like you're tasting that White Claw, and like you said, it's like, TV static. It's not like that at all. Actually, you taste fruit in it, like you're saying too.
Yeah.
It's a lot more flavorful than the seltzers that we've had. It's not artificial. It's really nice.
So I'll start my scoring, and if you guys want to add anything while you score, you can go ahead. Now I'm scoring this as a seltzer, right? So when I give this score, I don't want people to be like, "What? Are you serious?"
I think we're in the same spot.
I don't. I'm gonna say I don't think it. I'm gonna go on a limb here and probably say it won't be beer of the night, right? Because it's not a beer to me, right? But for what it is as a seltzer and the seltzers I've had, I'm going 4.75.
So
I would drink this all day long.
I've had Belching Beavers. I've had Belching Beavers seltzers, and they're not the greatest. They're good, but this is really really good.
Two best seltzers I've ever had was Brew Daddy and Liquid Noise. Liquid Noise had a blueberry seltzer, and it was actually blue colored water, and it looked and tasted like you were drinking a Blue Huggy, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was another good one.
That would be a 4.75 as well.
Yeah, I'm putting this at 4.75, and I cannot wait to buy more of these and drink them.
Without a doubt, this is definitely a good seltzer. I really like it. I'm giving it a 4.25.
It tastes exactly.
It's good.
There's
It's
no
really
booze
good.
flavor at all.
Yeah, it's really good. It's perfect. If you don't like beer, you don't want to taste any alcohol. This is
They're 5%. If you drank
is-
this entire thing, you could chug this whole thing because there's no booze taste to it.
I know.
If you drank this all day, this would crush you.
jug.
This is probably the most seltzer I've had since they've come out.
Yeah.
No, when
Oh, you weren't here for the seltzer shoot.
no, I wasn't
Oh,
here for the
God, that
seltzer
was-
show.
That was a fucking
Um,
shit show.
So I don't want to say I'm not a huge fan of seltzers. I've never really tasted seltzers. I've had them here and there very infrequently. I don't know if I'm the best person to judge a seltzer. I will say this. Mango flavor is definitely there. And it's not overly carbonated.
Yeah.
So it's a nice, easy drinking seltzer.
I do have
But-
one negative. I don't know if it's the way it's set or aged or the fermentation or what's going on. But the smell, as I'm smelling it more, I don't know if it's because I have a bad smell. Like bad smells stick with me heavier more than good smells. And even my burp was there. I'm not saying it's not there in the taste, but it's a little bit there in the after burp.
Mhm.
A little sulfury,
It did smell a little bit
like little
that.
eggy.
Mhm.
Am I the only one who got that?
Well, even out of the pour
Yeah.
pour was a little bit like that.
But I will say this: I had this on draft. That wasn't there. So I don't know if it's because
It might just be the can.
and it's. I think the can's a week old now. A week and a half old.
yeah, and you never October 2nd. October 2nd.
Really?
Looks like date October. 26th.
26th.
26th. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, 26th.
Little
Yeah.
now that could be just I guess sitting in the can and sitting in. You know what I mean? I don't know. but a little bit of like a sulfury, eggy, but it did not affect the mango taste, and it still
No.
tasted
Yeah.
good.
I gave it a 4. I mean, I'm probably not the best person to judge a
4 is a good
seltzer.
score for a seltzer.
And that's not bad, yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
But I may have to try some more seltzers down the road.
Yeah. I would lean more toward the craft seltzers than the over marketed ones like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Bud Light. The Bud Light
Yeah.
ones weren't that good, and if I had to pick, I would go White Claw over Bud Light.
When I went to the beer wall before we did the Omnipolo episode with my cousin, they actually had a craft seltzer. I think they had it was like Tangerine. It's actually a really good seltzer then too. So yeah, definitely go craft if you're gonna do hard seltzers. 100%.
Jen, thank you for the share and hanging out with us. Your giveaway is going to be sent out Saturday. You can thank Tori. She's going to help me out with that and send it out in the mail. But you should be receiving that soon. So congratulations on the giveaway. She won the Not Cool in High School banner, the retired Not Cool in High School banner. So congratulations, Jen.
Oh, cool.
We have a banner giveaway coming up soon for this show. We're going to be doing the Bangin Beers logo. We have a new one coming.
Giving that one away.
Giving that one away. I'm going to retire that logo. It was fun. This show and all the other shows. So if you check the links below and follow the IWEP network, and it'll take you to their merch page. There's a lot of logos that are going to get retired, and they get retired at the end of this month. So if you want the Beer Hub logo, if you want the ribbon logo that may or may not look like a Passport ribbon logo, the Beer Hub, it looks like the Pornhub logo, the old logo with the microphone and the show name, all of those are gone at the end of the month. So if you want to get any merchandise, get it while it's here, because we are doing like a revamp and getting new logo and going to push that. Even some items may go away for a while. So I think what we're going to do is just strictly stick with T-shirts and hats and stickers, and then maybe throw in, like, for this week only, you can get a pair of leggings. This week only, you can get a canvas print, and we'll just kind of rotate things in that way, this way. Because I feel like when you go on the merch page, it's a lot to sift through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit. So when you're on there, it's five or six items with a bonus item.
Mhm.
So that's the goal. So if
Bonus
you guys,
item of the week.
yeah, so
month.
or the month, yeah,
The
so,
best sellers, pretty
yeah.
much.
So we're gonna have like a bonus item every month, and that'll be on there, like a pair of leggings, or we'll do a vote, and you guys can pick what the bonus item is gonna be. But if you want that stuff, man, definitely get it now, because it's gone at the end of the month. And yeah, all right, let's get this next one ready to go here.
All right. Screamin' Tangerine by Strang here, hang on.
Strange Roots.
Strange Roots, yeah.
Strange
I had to
Roots.
look at that again.
So
Wow.
They're at a Gibsonia, Pennsylvania.
oh, they
which
are a
is
PA brewery.
just
Okay,
north of Pittsburgh.
nice.
Ooh.
You are a
Two
shit
for
show.
two.
You're a shit show tonight.
2 for 2. What's this called?
No, that actually came out of the can. And I'm like, nope.
Orange
This one's
what?
called Screaming Tangerine. So this is a wheat beer, American Pale Ale, a pale wheat, 4.6 ABV, so a little lower. It is from Gibsonia. Am I saying that right? Gibsonia,
They're out of
Pennsylvania.
Gibsonia, Pennsylvania.
Strange Root Brewing Company. They have made 390
That is
beers.
carbonated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is coming out hot when it comes out of the can. Be careful. They have made 390
carefully.
beers. They have a average check-in of 3.86, and we have 3 of their beers tonight. And this is the first time we've ever had a Strange Root beer on this show, so I'm pretty excited about it.
You
got
got
it?
You had one friend checking in?
I have one friend as well. They gave it a 3.50, and it averaged a 3.79, and it has 188 check-ins.
I have no friends that had tried this.
Me either.
So we're considered friends. We're all trying it.
Wow, that does not taste like that does not drink like a wheat at all. And for how carbonated it came out, it doesn't have a carbonated taste at all.
But one of the strangest beers I ever had was made by these guys. When we're done with this, if you don't mind, I'll look it up quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
The description is so bizarre, I just have to read it out loud.
Yeah. That's interesting.
That is a different.
So all of the Strange Root beers, we got them from Shangy's in Allentown. So if you want to get some, that's where we got it. I'm sure you can find them in other places. Let me see if there's anything on my Untapped locally. I don't see anything. Yeah. Let me just get a hair more of that.
It does.
You can start us off, Ben.
Oh, you mean reading it off?
Oh,
or-
well, I don't think.
Or,
there's any,
or just like
Real
Give my
quick. Streaming
description.
Tangerine is a juicy summer crusher with notes of subtle biscuit, fresh pressed juicy tangerine, finishing with a soft notes of orange peel. This brew is designed for the summer and will keep you coming back for that refreshing sip.
I really like the smell of this. It does
Yeah.
it does actually smell like the wheat, but it really crisps in a way like a tangerine. It really has a nice appealing scent to it.
I'm not down with the carbonation though.
Yeah, now that I had
It's
another-
almost like drinking a diet. You know how diet soda is a lot more carbonated than regular
Yeah.
soda? It's
Yeah.
almost like that.
Yeah. It does have a decent tangerine flavor.
It
It's barely like any wheat. It's more fruit up front more than anything.
Now, disclosure too. I don't know if this matters. At Changi's, they do have a lot of bottles that kind of a lot of cans that sit in coolers or sit at room temperature. I bought these all at room temperature, so I don't know
that
if
might have been with the car. Maybe why?
Yeah, so this was not purchased in a cold section. This was sitting in just on a shelf.
Yeah, they usually have a shelf, like a whole thing with shelves, and
Yeah.
they have like a whole, again, like you're saying, they have a whole cooler. They have a whole section around the cooler. Like it's nutty how much they have.
Shanghi's is like a kid's candy store. It's unbelievable.
What they used to have back in the day, they used to have boxes of 22 ounces, like 22 ounces all around the whole place. And like, unfortunately, you couldn't even just get like a single.
But
from
yeah,
there.
the whole floor was like those pyramids of cases everywhere you went.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
None of the singles on the wall or the fill station in the back. That's all new. None of that.
Oh,
Was
wow.
there
It was a huge difference that they did that. But like with Elysian stuff, you couldn't even get that. You had to buy like the whole box, and it cost like
Yeah,
$200 for like 22 ounces.
That was before the law changed, and you couldn't
Yeah.
buy anything smaller than a case. There weren't 6-pack shops.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had to buy a case.
Am I all right? So
Really is a shame.
I've had wheat beers, and I'm usually not a wheat beer fan because the wheat, like over wheaty beers, to me are not my thing. This drinks more like a seltzer than it does a wheat beer.
I thought the same thing. It
Yeah.
feels like when you drink. I don't know if you ever had the Natter Days. It's like a
Mhm.
strawberry lemonade natty light.
But it drinks flat. Like
See,
that's how they
I
are,
think
too.
it's because of there's extra carbonation in it.
yeah. I'm not saying I hate it though. I wouldn't mind having this again. I didn't dislike it, but it just
Yeah.
drank differently. It didn't drink.
Well, I
like
mean,
it drank,
that-
it drank
that's-
differently.
That's solid tangerine
That's
flavor.
yeah.
It smells good too.
Yep.
I get the biscuity on the finish, like they said.
yeah.
Mhm.
But that's the only issue I have, and then maybe it's just that one can. But
Yeah.
to
It's-
me, that's overly carbonated.
It's
Uh,
more
other
TV static than the actual
It's
seltzer.
it's a solid.
Than,
It's a
other than that, I don't have it. I give it a 3.5.
yeah, I'm right there with you. Actually, I'm gonna go 3.25. 3.25 for that one for me.
I went 3.25 with it.
I think we're gonna go with 3.25. Consensus.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with that.
Austin.
I will say this about it: the last two are definitely like very good summer drinks. Like they're very good, like warm weather.
Pumpkin coffee, Elysian.
I went to go over the other one.
Oh,
quick,
yeah.
quick.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
So
I'm just
one-
getting
one
this
of the-
ready.
One of
Pull
the strangest beers I ever had was made by these guys.
You pull that one up. Get that one ready, and he'll talk about this one.
Yeah.
It was called Goshen, and it was a goza. So it was a sour ale brewed with caviar, oysters, and salt, and it was fermented on seaweed.
How was it?
I gave it a 3.75.
Wow.
Wow,
a-
that's
a-
interesting.
Very unique.
They are strange roots. They live up to their name. There's a few. The other two in here are kind of interesting too. There's a little bit of a wackiness going on. The can art is fantastic. If
Sorry about that.
it's gonna be tough, man. I think all the can art for these and bottle art is really, really good. But I think for me anyway, Strange Root, I already kind of have my eye on two of them.
Is this the Punkachino coffee
Yes.
pumpkin ale?
Yes. Sorry, I have the beer burps already. Punkachino.
Punkachino coffee pumpkin ale.
Has anyone in the chat had any Strange Root beers or any Elysian beers? Let us know, and if you are drinking tonight, tell us what you're trying. Let's talk a little bit.
Oh Jesus! Somebody.
So I just put in pumpkin or punk, and Punkachino is the first one of the second ones that popped up. So it is a pretty sought after beer. People seem to like it.
Yeah, I didn't want to pour a whole lot.
You guys got to be careful with your pours on bottles.
Sorry.
Somebody blew through it.
I think that our newbie over there fucking poured a full glass.
I'm like, somebody over there.
Someone's being stingy.
This one I'm not upset about because it's a coffee one.
Okay, this
Ooh.
smells interesting.
I will say though, for being a coffee forward beer, I get a little hint of the coffee on the nose, but it's more pumpkin and spice than anything.
You might
Yeah.
like this one. You might like
that's
this one.
that's different.
I pick up the
It's-
coffee on the back end.
This drink's more like all right. So this is coffee at the end, but this drink's more like a porter than it does anything. It's really
Yeah.
really light.
I really like this.
So do I.
First time. Well, yeah.
I'd hope so. You poured half the bottle in there.
You
glass.
goon.
I didn't mean to.
Took it all.
Jesus Christ. Fucking stingy over there.
Mine.
All right, so I don't like coffee at all. That's not terrible. It's very pumpkin and spicy forward.
Mm-hmm. And
Dri-
like finishes off with that like
The only
Mississippi
thing
coffee.
is I think it drinks a little watery for me. Little too light. But I don't know the style of beer that they're going for here. It's not coming up as a stout. Oh, it's an ale. Never
It's an
mind.
ale.
It makes sense then. It's an ale. I just seen the darker pour and I thought it was something, but if it's an ale, that makes more sense. It drinks like an ale.
They're considering this a pumpkin yam beer.
Yeah. Well, it says
So,
ale on the
too,
bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, this is a cinnamon bomb. I way too much cinnamon. It's all up front and in your face. Like Senior said, I get a little bit of the coffee on the back end, but I'm not a fan of this. 2.5.
I like the cinnamon because it masks the coffee.
If you thought that was a cinnamon bomb, wait until we break out Warlock. The
Yeah.
Warlock from
We have- Southern Tier.
from Southern Tier.
So
Wow.
while we're before we go around, well, go ahead. You guys, finish your thing, and I'll do the next plug thing that we have
Well,
going on.
I got pumpkin. The pumpkin is there. The cinnamon is definitely notable. Coffee on the back end. Light like an ale.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of scoring this. I'm thinking somewhere around a 3.25,
Wow, that's I
3.5.
Generous.
I'm leaning toward 3.25.
you would have this again if you went somewhere and it was on tap. Would you drink it again?
This might be a one and done for me. The only reason I think it's overspiced.
So you're giving this a score as a taster as well. So I want to
as a taster.
I want to be clear. I know everyone scores things differently, but here we try to score on a taster level. Now, if
Yeah.
I had to drink this entire bottle myself, it'd be a different experience. I think what they're trying to do, and me only have to drink a little bit of I will score it based on that. But when it comes to if I had to drink a pint of this, it would be tough to get through.
I would probably be able to get through one. If you can get through the Sam Adams Jacko Pumpkin, you can get through this.
The Sam Adams Jackal Pumpkin's really, really good though.
Yeah,
I have a bottle of it. That's coming up soon.
that for me, the Jacko Pumpkin. This is very similar to it.
I had one
The
myself. and
Sam
I
Adams
would-
has a better mouthfeel.
I was gonna say I would pick a Jacko.
Yeah.
Over this.
Yeah, I mean
bet.
it's sweeter. The Sam Adams. It's what I compare this to. This is not bad. The Jacko Pumpkin is, I think, better. But I would drink one of these.
Fair enough. I would say that would be more. I don't mean. No, you go ahead.
That's
you go ahead.
I'd be willing to give it another chance where
Yeah.
we had opportunity to maybe let it warm up a little bit and see what else comes out. But
Yep.
But like right off the bat like that, that's just too much cinnamon for me.
Experienced by, and it looks like something 2021. So we're okay with that one. I would say this is more. This is more of like an actual like seasonal ale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it obviously is.
Well, I'm just saying though, like if somebody was like, oh, in the summertime, oh, hey, I'm gonna have a pumpkino, like a dark ale, like it wouldn't be right for that moment. I would say like, yeah, like everybody's saying, I would probably just have one and done with that. I'm like floating between a 3.25, 3.5, but I would say 3.25 just solely because.
Now I'm burping cinnamon.
Quick, pour the next one.
I thought the coffee. I thought the coffee and the cinnamon worked for me because it hit the coffee taste. But the coffee taste was there. I enjoyed it for what it is. I think if you're into the pumpkin latte maybe stuff, you'd be into it. For me, 2.75.
Yeah, I couldn't drink this all night. There's
No.
no chance.
This would be like everybody's saying, one and done, or you just want to throw it in there because you're tired of drinking the same shit
Yeah.
at the party. So this is just like, hey, throw in something a little wacky. So
The pumpkin was very nice, though. The pumpkin
Yeah.
and the cinnamon was nice.
Yes.
Speak for yourself.
I love it. Bob in this show and Bree on Not Cool in High School and Truth Behind Illusion are really coming out of their shells, and I fucking love it. Like when people start like cracking jokes and being like kind of somewhat inappropriate, I'm like, let the hate flow through you.
are you like Emperor Palpatine?
Yeah, I love it. The evilness is coming out. Yeah, fucking Bob's a great addition. All right, if you want to pull this one up, this is going to be called Mutant Temple. Pop, so you can whoever wants to read this one off. I don't know who read the last one.
Mutant Temple.
Yeah.
Mutant Temple.
Did we read the last pumpkin one off? The Elysian pumpkin?
Not a big description for that
All
one.
right, never mind then. Fuck it, we'll move on. We'll promise to get to Elysian next time.
Don't worry. Okay.
Well, while we're pouring this, I'll just say real quick with Elysian.
This doesn't have a very big write-up. IPA dry hopped with Citra.
Okay. Elysian, 6 point. That was a 6% overall. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
Everything's going off.
Put it on silent.
I know she's fucking killing me.
The horns.
Anyway, Heidi's sending everybody in the chat their secret Santas. So that's what's going on now. I just got my secret Santa. I'm glad I didn't say it on the air. I'm like, why did she send me this? But so you're gonna get a picture of someone's name. Do not say it, obviously. And she'll you won't get it. She has to. Did she get your number?
She talked to me when I came in.
She has to before we leave. I have to I'll send her your number so she can text it to you, and then and we'll go that route. Where are we at here?
So Mutant Temple.
Yes.
I'm the dog ear.
Well,
of the show.
no, real quick. Elysian 6% over beer. Elysian's out of Seattle. Is that a
Seattle, Washington.
Washington? Yeah, thank you. 634 beers. They average a 3.75. There we go. All right, go ahead. Mutant Temple, Dad. You can read it off. Or talk about the brewery and say the check-ins and all that fun stuff.
Not much to say about the beer. It's just an IPA dry hop with Citra. Strange Roots Experimental Ales microbrewery in Gibsonia, PA, north of Pittsburgh. This Mutant Temple has 229 check-ins with an average rating of 3.93. I've had one friend check it in with a rating of 4.25. Spiv America.
Spivey.
I will say this. This is.
That smells fantastic.
This is like and Tony will know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a New York Finger Lakes IPA.
Is it?
No, he's saying that it's like
it's
a
very stylish of the New York Finger Lakes IPA. When you said there was really not a lot of hop taste to it, that's what this reminds me of.
I haven't
Which
let
brewery?
that lay on my tongue.
All of them, just about.
Except Warhorse. Warhorse is a different category.
Well, yeah, but as the IPAs go, remember I forget where we were at, but you said this,
every single
taste-
one of not a bad note, but every single IPA I had in the Finger Lakes tasted more watery than it did.
Yes,
it drank.
that's what I was
It
getting
drank
at.
lighter and not hoppier. Except Warhorse. Warhorse, I feel should be. I'm
They're
not
in a
trying
class by they shouldn't be in the Finger Lakes.
They should be in Pennsylvania.
But you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That to me, that's what this tastes like. And I don't want to say it's a bad thing, like a watered down type.
it does taste very watered down.
So for me, not being the IPA fan, this is fine. For the person who likes the IPAs, they're probably
like,
going to
meh.
say this is like a
Sure.
watered down. This
See,
is
like,
IPA
no,
light.
I wouldn't call this watery, but I would definitely
Very
say
light.
that it's light bodied.
Light body. Yes.
I would not call it watery though.
Thank you.
Um,
Save me.
Light,
Oh.
yeah, light body.
A nice little lemony lime citrus hit on the finish.
Yep.
I have no problems with this, and actually, I have 3 friends who checked it in, and
Very high scores.
The average is a 4.
I like it,
I probably 3.6, 3.7.
but it reminds me of the.
Five,
Go ahead.
5.5%. This is all day crusher, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
these are. Listen, you can crush the
Yeah.
shit out of these all day.
The I'm glad you said light-bodied because watered down is not the right
Yeah, I feel like
terminology,
it's
but
rude to say that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so I apologize.
light-bodied.
Yeah.
For me, that's as an IPA, that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, we're trying to be honest. We're working with the toolbox
Yeah,
of vocabulary.
it's very,
Yeah.
it's very,
Okay.
it's
I-
very
I like
light-bodied, very light-bodied, but
Relax.
it smells amazing. It
Yeah.
tastes amazing, and for being a 5.3, like I said, you get a 4-pack of these if at the right. How much? How much?
You're
Are the,
flying.
5.3.
I mean,
Yeah.
all right. So realistically, and this is not so much on the brewery, maybe
$4.49.
but
That's like
four-
Shangy markup.
$4.49 a can. I wouldn't. Depending on what a 6-pack of that is, that's a little high for me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little high, because I mean they are big boy cans.
4, 8, 12. So $16 a 4-pack, roughly about. You're looking at like with tax included, maybe like $18 about.
You know what? I could live with that. I could live with that. $20 a 4-pack, and then you take a 4-pack of that to a party,
Mm-hmm.
and you crush those and have a great time because they're big cans.
Mhm.
I'm cool with that.
Here's how I really look at it when you're
factors
really
into my
looking
score.
at that, like when factoring like a 4-pack of beer, whenever I usually get it. If it's like 10, 12, 14, $16, you're doing really well.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's like South County prices whenever they do their beers, like their IPAs. Very solid brewery, very solid prices. If you're creeping up to like the $18, $20 range, it better be freaking good.
Yeah.
It better be good. Otherwise, it's not even really worth it. You waste your money then at that point. And then some of the whack jobs that pay $26 to $30, like some of the tired hands is $26. One brewery I think did it like $30. One had like 36, but they were
4-pack.
36. Well, Blue Toad was a 36 or 30 some dollar 4-pack. Yeah, that's
Yikes.
where.
Say again.
Yeah, Blue Toad's about
That
like a 30
fucking beer was a $30-some 4-pack.
Dude, the beer, the it's just
Are you
beer,
serious?
It's just beer dudes paid a lot of money for that can.
I should fucking hit you just for fucking.
I didn't pay for it.
You
We
didn't buy one?
pay,
No.
we didn't
Okay,
pay for
good.
it. We got that gifted.
That
for
was
everyone
I was
to
gonna
try
say
it out.
you're grounded.
That was gifted. That was gifted for the show. And then when
Holy
they told me
shit.
how much they paid for it, I felt terrible.
I was like, wow. But now
I
what would
feel,
have been even
I feel
worse.
terrible that those guys were charged that much money for that fucking
Dude,
beer.
and they go out and buy it all the time because it's their reoccurring show punishment beer. So they're
fuck.
probably like, I mean, I know they're not recording. They did make a post, like you said last week, where they're talking, and depending on, are you here next week?
Yeah.
You are? All right. So I have to
Just
find out.
figuring it
I have to
out.
find out if Andrew Hare's going to be here next week or not. Because if
I'll be back. I'll be home next week.
okay, we have to see if we have an open seat because Dan Byer wants to come up and hang out from It's
That's
Just Beer
fine.
podcast.
That's fine.
But I don't want to leave anybody out. So
No, he can have my chair. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. So we'll have Dan from It's Just Beer podcast will be here next week. But yeah, I think they keep that beer in market because they buy so much of it for their. Yeah.
I was in the area. I said I was in the area, and I
want a T-shirt.
I couldn't bring myself to go to the fucking brewery because I was it's COVID, and I don't even know if they're open because Genesee's the brew pub's not open at Genesee. You have to drive. You have to order it and then drive up and pick it up.
I'm gonna drink more of this.
And I'm thinking I'm not gonna do that at fucking
Still some in
Toad.
here.
But they.
I like this so much.
I mean, I don't know if I can keep my mouth shut on like.
Oh, it's terrible.
That fucking beer is horrible.
It's terrible. It smells horrible.
It smells horrible.
That wasn't even a beer, though, right? That was a cider.
That was a cider.
Yeah, it was a cider.
I don't know. They probably kicked me out of the fucking.
It's like they
town.
scooped it out of a sewage
Oh
plant.
my lord!
I think the worst thing about it is it's like fresh too. Like they make that. It was like a fresh can and it came out like that.
And the thing of it is,
Man,
the
we're
way
just as bad with them as Omni Polo. They should do a collab.
like I don't know if you realize how the water flows in the Finger Lake region. It flows north, so they're south of Rochester, so they're along the Genesee River.
Before it gets all
Before it
sewage
gets
in
in.
it,
Not that I'm saying that's where they get their water from, but
Listen, I've heard that they do make fantastic beers at Blue Toad. Just that one is I
gotta
in
go there.
particular.
Now I'm
I
fucking
don't-
intrigued. Now I gotta go
Dude,
there.
I would if they have enough of a sense of humor to let us come hang out. I would be like, listen, that beer is fucking awful, but keep making it because it is a fucking treat for people to
It's
have.
a conversation piece, man. It's a fucking
Dude,
conversation piece.
You know how that had a little bit of an eggy, right?
Yeah.
This one literally smelled
Spiked.
like sulfur from a sewage treatment plant.
They brewed it with
Switched-
egg.
and then you sip it, and it
Well,
tastes.
Didn't one of you guys
Okay.
describe it as fart juice?
Yeah, it
Yes.
tastes. It's like when you drive by the Maria Highway and they have all the sewage sludge that they dumped in the woods, and it's like that sulfury, like Monty City sewage treatment plant on a bad day. It's
That's
like
what it tastes like.
it's like no, it smells like that.
Smells like
The
that.
taste is not terrible, but you have to get
You
it
have to
past.
get over the smell. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to get it
yeah.
past your. But
You have to
but-
hold
have
your
to
breath
get it
before
past
you
it.
drink it.
But if
Yeah.
you chug it, right? If you chug it and then you get it down, if you burp or any aftertaste,
You're
is like you literally swallowed shit, and then you burp and you're like you're gonna throw up. It's horrible.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
I'm so sorry, Blue Toad. I'm sure the rest of your stuff's fantastic, but that beer was
That was,
awful.
I think that was like a
sounds like a profile episode.
Dude,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
whiskey sour. It was a whiskey sour.
It's a whiskey sour, yeah.
Honey. It was like
Honey
a honey
whiskey
whiskey
sour.
sour.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Cider.
It was so rough that the beer it's kind of like I feel like the next people who have to pass this on is the Beer You Are guys. So they need to find it and then pass it on to another podcast as a collaboration because it was passed from us from the It's Just Beer guys and then we pass it off to the Beer You Are guys. Now they have to find a can of Blue Toad and pass it on to another podcast. And
It's
just
the
it's rough. It's so rough.
Oh my god.
Dude, I had to. They were like, "You have to chug that." I was like, "Fuck you! I'm not doing it." And
And then Ben saves the day.
Ben's hammered, and he can drink toilet water if you tell him what's beer at this point. And he's like, "I'll do it." And he chugged it. He's like, "Pretty good." And I was like, "You're fucking gross."
Hey, I saved your ass. Hey,
Dude, here's the thing. 2 weeks ago, Ben was giving beers like twos, right? And just like, not for me. I'm like, and then I just in my head visioned him chugging Blue Toad and loving it. And I'm like, there's no way this beer is a two. And you were like he was just in a pissy mood that day. But I was just like, that Blue Toad was awful.
Honey whiskey sour cider.
We went off track a little bit. That's all right. The last episode was quicker.
But anyhow,
Yeah.
like I was getting to, the Ambassador is an Interborough beer, a 4-pack, and you didn't even get 16 ounces out of those. It was about a 8 ounce or 4 or 8 ounce cans. It was like fucking comical. It was like you had like a little mixer in the cans. Like, and you can look it up, Ambassador Interborough, online. It was a rye imperial stout, $36.
So what do you
Couldn't believe
score Mutant Temple?
Mutant Temple, I'm giving a 3.75.
Okay.
I like the taste of it.
Yeah.
It is it would be a really great introductory beer for somebody to be like, hey, you want to try a little bit of the Citra hopped IPA? It's
With no hop.
With no hop, just to get a little bit of a feel for it. That would definitely be one that I would recommend people to.
You want to read this one off?
So that's where I would sit.
Now I'm confused. I don't want to go back to Blue Toad, but are they out of Virginia? Or
No,
are
they're
they
from
out of
New York.
Rochester?
They're New York. That's your people up there now.
I'm gonna be honest about this Mutant Temple. I saw the can art and I was like, I really, really
I
hope
love the
like
can
beer.
art.
And I had the beer and I was like, wow. I was super happy with it. Super, super happy with it.
What are you scoring it?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. For people who don't know, because you're not on the show very often, what's your tap name?
A Black 3211.
We'll go around the table real quick. Mine is Anthony Blackwell Jr., our Banging Beers podcast, Anthony.
You always do this because you want me to say it. Cold Wolf 35.
Fucking stupidest name and funny name.
I don't fucking care.
Bob?
Deal
Bob
with
G.
it.
Bob G, baby.
Bob G. MCFD Tony.
Which means Monty City Fire
Monty
Department.
City Fire Department.
All right, you want to read this one off? It's
All
the
right,
Great Pumpkin, Bob
The
G.
Great Pumpkin from Elysian Brewing, 8%.
8%.
The Great Pumpkin Ale, an Imperial Pumpkin Ale. The Great Pumpkin was a silver medalist at the 2007 Great American Beer Festival in the fruit and vegetable category, and was also the world's first Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Brewed with pale Munich, Carahel, Caravienne, Cara Munich, and Crisp 45 L crystal malts, roasted pumpkin seeds in the mash, and extra pumpkin added in the mash, kettle, and fermenter. Spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice, 8% ABV. The flavor profile is sweet, spicy, smooth, strong, and heavy.
Yeah, I think this might be how we said before. So just a quick refresh. No, myself and Bob and Ben were saying the pumpkin beers are fine for us when they're pumpkin, but when they overload them on the spice and the cinnamon, it's too much for us. Just on the nose, that seems like it's an overload of spice.
It smells
Well,
like
see,
it's
now
a
that's-
lot, but it's really not.
Okay.
See, now to me that's weird now because like usually when I have cinnamon issues, it hits me right up front. I get the cinnamon on the back end on this one, and it's
Yeah.
not as bad.
On the nose though.
I don't get any cinnamon at all on the nose.
You
It's
don't get the
all on
nutmeg or the
back end.
spice on the nose?
No,
I'm getting the
It's
spice.
a spice bomb.
all pumpkin and alcohol on the front for me.
It's
Or just
boozy.
a wee
It's
bit.
definitely boozy.
Ooh. See, maybe I might be broken, guys. I might have the
Rona.
COVID. No, I definitely taste it. To me, that's very nice pumpkin and not as bad as the nutmeg. A little hint of boozy, but I think it all complements each other pretty well.
I think they made something really unique
That
here.
doesn't
when
drink
it
like an
came to
8.
Yeah.
That does
They made
not drink
something
like an 8.
unique.
That's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's boozy, but not like Bernie boozy. It's,
No.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It has like that bold boozy. It's not like you're not tasting the alcohol in it.
this is fire. I'm trying to remember off memory.
It almost reminds me of pumpkin roll.
Yeah, it tastes like a Sid's
Yeah.
pumpkin roll without the cream.
You really taste the pumpkin and what's really up front too. It's a really pleasant pumpkin flavor. It's very.
I'm just going
light,
by
tasty. Yeah.
memory in my brain of what we did last week on the show.
Mhm.
But this may be for me the top runner.
Yeah.
I
I'm
did-
so
I
far
give this a
mine.
3.5.
I did like Voodoo Ranger just because it was so different.
Yeah, I
But
like that one too.
But I think as a pumpkin beer, this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it won a silver medal for a reason, Tony. I mean,
9 friends have checked this in, gave it a 3.58, and 31,000 check-ins, and it's a 3.90. So it's right on the cusp of a 4. I'll tell you what, I think if you're for me, I'll go right off the bat here, and I'll give this a 4 because that is an 8% beer that drinks as smooth as that 5% we just had.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You can chug this. If you could chug this and you would be dead. If you were in a bar, right now, and Elysian Great Pumpkin, and you bought this, you're like, all right, I'm gonna sound super sexist right now, but some girl, some Becky walks in the bar and she's like, I love pumpkin lattes, and she buys this beer at an 8%,
She's crushed off
and
a bottle and a half.
she drinks it, and she goes, OMG, this beer is fantastic, and she crushes that bottle and goes for the second one. From that point on in the night, she has no idea what she's doing.
Yeah.
I
Microwasted.
don't see.
Is-
I don't see Becky Pumpkin Latte buying this, having a second.
I
one.
do.
I agree. I
I do.
honestly think of Becky. I think if someone said to her, if you're into the pumpkin thing, like, oh my, OMG, I love
No.
pumpkin.
If
I don't
you
think
like-
it'd be sweet enough for Becky.
I disagree.
Pumpkin
No.
Latte.
If they're into Starbucks pumpkin lattes, they would like that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I don't drink that
Well, yeah.
Starbucks
say if
pumpkin latte
there's-
shit.
There you go. Brainstorm. Next time you hook up with the guys at Brew Daddy, pumpkin seltzer.
Ooh, a
Pumpkin spice.
seltzer.
I
don't know.
I actually
well,
got.
we're gonna go. Austin's home, so we're gonna take a trip up. We're gonna do 2 days. We're gonna do 2-day brunches. We're gonna go up Monday to the Allentown area, and we're gonna hit up Brew Daddy, and we're gonna hit up McCall and get like a small food and try some beers. I may bring some stuff back. Maybe not. I'm a little tight on cash. Because I'm saving up for we're going to Gettysburg in 2 weeks, and then on Tuesday we're going to hit up the Mechanicsburg, Harrisburg area, and we're going to go to Liquid Noise. We're going to go to and Mellow Mink.
When you head out that way, do you ever go as far as Carlisle?
Probably not that day, no.
That's I have a brother-in-law that lives there, so we always make a trip of that when we go down. If
Okay.
you ever do, let me know. I have good places down there.
Cool. Yeah. Well, once everything kind of settles down and this COVID thing goes away, once we figured out how to end it, we have cool stuff planned. Like I said before, I know we're recycling stuff we said, but We have we have a bus. We have a guy who runs a bus company that we're friends with. We charge $20 a head. You jump on the bus in Pottsville or Minersville or wherever we agree to meet. We all jump on the bus. We'll take you to Harrisburg. We'll go to 4 or 5 breweries. We roll up in a bus full of people. We get fucking boned up, and then we get out of there. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a good time. So we're gonna do. Hopefully, we're looking early next year. Hopefully, if this whole COVID goes away, early next year, summertime, we're looking to do some Bangin' Beers road trip bus trips. And
if you do it after
beer tours.
if you do it after July too, I'm in Virginia.
yeah, I think it's gonna be something we may look at doing at least once a month.
Yeah.
Because I think if we can hit up like a certain area, like we take the bus to Harrisburg or Tamaqua or Hazleton, and we roll up and just hit up a brewery and say, hey, can you accommodate 60 people right now and save us a spot out front? We pull the bus up and we roll up and we hit that business up with some business, and but we would call ahead. We wouldn't just show up. And so if you are listening and you're a brewery and you want to be, if you're interested in being on that tour, let us know.
I think what we should do then too. I know there's another brewery out in Allentown area, Lehigh Valley. Seven Sirens is another one that we don't have on the show. We didn't have on the show. It's just the fact.
Yeah, we did. I had a bottle of Seven Sirens
just
in there.
Only the collab. I think we only had the collab.
No, it was
with,
a Seven
Tangerine.
Sirens. It was a blue lady in the bottle. I remember that. We had it though. Yeah, I have to look it up. All right, real quick. Well, I'll give my score. I'll look up that Seven Sirens. I give this a 4. I think this might be so far, just by pure memory, this might be my favorite pumpkin beer we've had so far in 2 weeks. We are gonna be live again tomorrow night around 8:00. If you can make it, if you can't, we'll figure out something. Tomorrow around 8, because we're gonna try to do 3 days for him. If you can't make it all 3 days,
I'm probably not going to be able to make it.
Not a
tomorrow.
problem. And then we're gonna be doing Sunday we're looking around 1 for Sunday.
That I should still be able to do.
Cool. So we're going to do a 3-day weekend, a lot of banging beers. So if you want to hang out with us tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, because Austin's home, and we have a lot of pumpkin beers to get through. So we're going to have full beers, like regular, like a brewery and some pumpkin beers on top of it. I'm thinking tomorrow we do the Mellow Mink and Southern Tier.
Okay. Do you want me to bring one of my crowlers from their small batches?
Who?
Me.
Well, you're bringing the Mellow Mink lineup.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the 4 crowlers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right.
And Mellow Mink's one of those I'm going to with you, right?
Yeah, Mellow Mink is the first brewery that let us come in and record.
So yeah, definitely that sounds.
So
like a good
it'll be
idea.
you, it'll be us, it'll be us.
I'm not promising. I got to see what's going on.
No, you're here. You're here. He'll be here. And then Andrew will be in Bob's seat, and we'll be having some beers tomorrow night. A lot of beers. So
yeah,
make sure.
they're 32 ounces crowlers. So 4 of them. Blueberry IPA, a guava one, a chocolate cherry stout, and I think there was a peach cobbler then too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
So
Yeah, he's sold on it now. He's coming.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
I
fun.
had a cherry stout.
the blueberry one.
Whose turn is it to read? Did you read one yet?
I'll try to read.
You can type that one in. You could try to read. I hope so.
Okay,
Fucking
well,
defending our country. You can't read a can.
I don't have to read.
you forgot everybody else's ratings on
Well, I'm
the
just
Great
telling-
Pumpkin.
I'm just telling him to get
Charlie
ready. We're gonna go
Matthew
around.
Blackwell. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
I'm just telling him to get ready. What's your score, Ben?
Mine's a 4. I would follow in your footsteps with that. I said light body pumpkin with a pleasant cinnamon back half, very tasty for an 8%.
That's a
That
dangerous
is definitely
beer.
a good one.
That's
That's a very
dangerous.
good one.
That's a bomb.
If you had to buy a 6-pack of that, definitely do that.
I don't like pumpkin. Like I have a hard time with pumpkin. I would drink that as much as I can until I don't remember my name.
I gave that one a 4 as well. Pumpkin roll in a bottle.
Yeah.
3.5.
Still a good score.
3.5.
Still good, yeah.
375.
Yeah.
All right, still, yeah.
Yeah, I might change it to 3.75, but 3.5, solid 3.5.
Wow. That
A
beer.
good dominant power shift
I
there.
bought that beer is serious business, Andy Header.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And I always
I'm
like doing
interested
the
in
Great
trying
Pumpkin
this
Charlie
lineup.
Brown puns. You have to break a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, reference then too whenever
Yeah.
you say that.
I have a feeling I don't know why have a feeling I'm saving this one for my best score of the night. The stout.
That one's gonna be
Don't be biased. You just go
it's a
with
stout.
I know.
But so, Lager Roots Lime. It doesn't really have much on it. It's from Strange Roots Experimental Ales. Same as the other two. and it only has a 141 check-ins with an average score of 3.64.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. This is the beer that sold me on doing the episode.
It sounds like it's gonna sound like it tastes like a Corona.
I seen lager and I seen a lager lime and I was like, that looks interesting. I like the Wizard, and then the other two beers sold me on can art alone, and I was like, it does the wheat and the. I mean, I've had tangerine beers.
That's just from I'm fairly familiar with these guys, and I'll honestly be surprised if there is a resemblance to Corona here.
Really?
They tend to go in the opposite direction.
Yeah. So once again, I'm a huge lager fan, and I don't know where Bob got his shirt or whoever made Bob's shirt, but I fucking love it.
This is from the 2018 Harrisburg Beer Fest.
Oh my god! You have to find. I hope we can find out who made that shirt, because it says "Lager Than Life," and I love lagers. I mean, I'm from Northeast Pennsylvania.
This is
I
definitely
100%
not Corona
I
style.
100% take back
This is
everything I
definitely
just
not
fucking
Corona
said.
style.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's very limey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like that.
If you want to compare this to anything, and I don't want to bring the two of them in the same sentence, it's definitely not Corona.
Definitely not.
The closest thing I can even suggest that this is near to would be a Bud Light Lime. But this
I
is
agree.
not a Bud Light Lime.
This is not a Bud Light
This
Lime.
is not a
no.
Bud Light Lime.
This is what Bud Light Lime wants to
on-
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what a Bud Light Lime should be.
This
Yeah,
is fucking awesome.
This is
This is
definitely
almost
a good one.
This is almost like a lager sour for me.
This
Like, you get that
this
bite.
might be beer of the night for me. Right
Yeah,
here.
that's
Yeah.
really
I-
fucking
I-
good.
Yeah.
Bob, you took the words right out of my mouth, and I haven't tasted that stout yet.
Very light lager. It's a very strong lime, but it's a very light lime, and it takes out that sting of a lager
Yeah.
signature taste out of it.
Wow.
I like that. Wow.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Who would have thought a lager? Well,
It does not drink like a lager.
No, it drinks like a light sour.
It drinks like a light, like almost as light as a Michelob or a Yingling Flight, but with really no beer flavor, and it's just like a lot. It's
I
like
would
lime.
shift towards a Michelob, like a Michelob. What they do, like the fruits in that.
What,
like
what
the
does this
Michelob
check in
Ultra?
at ABV wise?
4.9.
Yeah, that's super easy, man.
4.9. That's definitely an all day. That's definitely a summer beer. Why the hell are we drinking it in the fall? Where was this when we were in the summertime?
I'd drink that anytime.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Wow.
Lime, refreshing, light, crushable, funky. Nailed it.
Hey, I wanted to tell you, Liquid Noise finally canned Landon's Lager.
I seen that,
Funky
and I'm
is
fucking
the
broke.
word.
You act like you're not coming home with some stuff. Just
Like-
saying.
It's gonna be expensive 2 days. I'm just saying, you pace yourself. But that Landon's Lager is my favorite lager.
It's a solid lager.
It's really fucking good. It's right up there with Yingling for me. I'm not even joking.
It's a solid lager.
I drank like 302. I drank like 302 of them at the Retro Lovely Ball.
You drank like 30.
Yeah, I drank a lot of
You
them.
drank 30 of them.
I drank 695.
I was hammered at the Retro Ball because they were there.
They really have their stuff too, because when I was talking with one of the co-owners there, he was showing me all the lists of like what styles that they make. Then too, we have a carrot beer from them that I picked up.
Oh, we're not. No one here is driving. Do you want to do one more? Want to sneak one more beer in? A bottle?
Sure.
What's
Who
wrong
gets to
with
pick
it?
it?
I already. It's already picked.
Go ahead.
I'm picking it. We'll do it after we finish the Darko, whatever it is.
Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon. We're only gonna do it because of the Landon Lager release and exciting for. We're gonna do a Liquid Noise bottle that we've been sitting on, and we're gonna bust that out. But yeah, Landon's Lager's fantastic. And then we did the episode, so we get there early, and they treated us like fucking kings. Every brewery
They
we've
were
been to
awesome,
have
yeah.
treated us amazing. So I don't want to say one has done more than the other. But Liquid Noise, we came in, I was super nervous. Like you walk in, the building is very intimidating. It's just really beautiful. It's really cool.
Large, spacious.
Large. I just felt like we didn't. Every time I walk into a location as a podcast, in my head the song "Creep" plays, and I'm like, I don't belong here. You know what I mean? Like I'm just some schlub who records in a microphone, and these breweries are so gracious to let us in, or anyone like breweries and prisons and wrestling conference. Like it's just
Free publicity. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what they're really looking at. you know?
So we go in there and I think I had like 3 Lannon's lagers before we even started the show,
Mhm.
on the premise that we were gonna do like a flight and get out of there, and they're like, "Oh no! If you're here, you're drinking all of our beers," and we had to drink. They gave us a
I think they
flight.
had like 17, 18 beers
They
on
had
tap.
18 beers. They had 18 beers on tap and 3 bottles, and we did every single one. And I was like, I hope you're cool with us hanging out for a while because I have to relax for a minute.
And they fed us too.
Yeah, they fed us. They were so cool, but I never had a brewery that walked in and goes, "We have 18 on tap," and I'm like, "All right, we'll pick your favorite 4, and that's the ones we'll do on the show." And they're like,
No.
"It's on us, and you're
Way.
drinking
like way.
all of them." And I was like, "You're talking to the right podcast because we will do it." We try to be easy and not. We always say like we're gonna do 4 max, and then the lineup comes is like 9 beers later.
That's how the first episode with the gauntlet started.
This is why we're the rock star of the podcast world.
That's how the gauntlet started. We're like, oh, we're gonna put 4 or 5, and then there's 9 on the table.
We're gonna do a 3-minute 1 beer review.
Yeah, it's
Get
like 3 hours later.
Never mind.
Oh,
Got it right over there.
my Ironbound. Got my Ironbound bottle opener. I got it from my First Sip brew box. If definitely check those guys out. They're fantastic.
Talk about bull in the china shop. You're like fucking wiring
Oh
that
my
thing
God.
around, man.
Did everyone score this?
4.75.
425.
4.50.
4.5.
Yeah, that's a solid 4.5. That's definitely one.
There is another.
Do not sleep on that.
There is another Mexican lime lager I had at the Humble
I'm
Tap.
bumping mine to 4.5.
There's another.
I don't know why, but just
I don't know what it was.
There's
Oh, here it is. The one that I had that was from another lime lager I had that I really, really liked was called Los Locos by Epic Brewing Company. And I had that at Humboldt Tap. I gave that a 4.75. That was really fucking good. Los Locos. That was really good.
I have to try to get my hands on it and find a way to send it out to you. But Belching Beaver made a lime lager, and that's why I thought it was gonna be like
Just
that.
roll the dice and ship it. See what happens.
Their lime lager is like the perfect Corona, like with perfect.
You better
lime.
have a good lime lager being out in Southern California.
They're the only craft beer that does it out there that I know of.
All right. Initially, you smell it. It smells like a stout. I smell pumpkin. I smell spice. I get no roastiness on the nose. Very excited already. Every stout to me tastes like coffee, so we'll see how this goes for me. Everyone else on the table loves stouts.
Good luck.
6.5.
Experienced by November 4th, 2020. We missed it by 2 days. It was.
Oh, well.
You're not missing anything.
Well, sorry, this beer sucked. No, I'm sorry. Dark of the Moon Pumpkin Stout is a spookily smooth and chocolatey, permanently flavored 2010 silver medalist in the Great American Beer Festival and beer category of Dark of the Moon is brewed with Great Western Pale, Crisp 77, Crystal Mute. All right, listen, we're getting pretentious at this
Do you
point.
want me to read it?
No, I'm over
Okay.
it. It has 10 check-ins, my friends. It's 3.88, 32K check-ins, 3.82, 6.5. Not as high as the Great Pumpkin Ale, but we'll see how we go here. Whoever has it ready to go, weather review, go for it.
Spot on.
I get like the pumpkin roll vibe from this one again, but there's definitely more cinnamon there. And despite being 6.5%, I actually think there's more boozy highlights in this than before.
Yes. However, I will say this. This is a smoother cinnamon spice flavor than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
The spice doesn't punch you in the face on first sip
No, it
or on
doesn't.
the back end. It's just a smoother, lighter spice and cinnamon
Interesting.
in this. I like it a lot.
I'll go last because I'm probably going to be way off in the market of everybody else.
I'm gonna sound like Tony on this one. That I when I drank it, I got a lot of coffee off of it personally.
I don't get a lot of coffee.
Very dark.
I don't get a lot of coffee.
And
Yeah,
if you're
I
into
don't get any coffee. Yeah.
No.
I get a little bit, but not a lot.
I'm not picking up the chocolate either.
I'm not getting any chocolate.
Maybe,
just taste-
maybe a little bit of like a creaminess mouthfeel to it at the back end
Mm-hmm.
with the chocolate.
all I taste is the pumpkin, nutmeg, cinnamon, and I'm just like, I don't know about this one.
Ben?
A little bit with me, like I do get like real spice. It's been a while since I had this thing too. It's like years, but pumpkin pumpkin up front, and then it really mellows out with those spices and the stout flavor, real signature, like that standard.
you know
stout
you're drinking
flavor.
a stout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of like what the Warlock from Southern Tier does. It gets you with the spices and it smooths out. I think pumpkin spice is a lot better in pumpkin stouts more than anything. That's just me. I just think it tastes a lot better because when you try the regular
drink
pumpkin
this again.
ale, it's really upfront. It's really dry with the pumpkin spice and it's really strong, sharp. But with the stout, you can get away with it a lot more and it mellows out quite a bit.
I am in the complete opposite realm of you. I think when it comes to how strong the pumpkin taste is in the Great Pumpkin, all I get in this beer is I get a nutmeg cinnamon stout. I get no pumpkin taste whatsoever
You
in this
get
beer.
very little of it off of this one. You have to
very,
really,
very little.
You have to really you have to search for it when
If
you have it.
I'm scoring this on pumpkin beer, it's not even registering on my thing for me. I'm getting no pumpkin. All I'm getting is the nutmeg and spice. It tastes like a fall stout, but for me, I'm getting no pumpkin. I get no pumpkin. I get no chocolate. But once again, my palate is still acclimating to stouts. I don't get much coffee though. Very, very little coffee. I would get more of a roasty than I do like a coffee, but I don't get any chocolate, no pumpkin. All I'm getting is just a traditional stout flavor with nutmeg and cinnamon.
For me, when you pick up the pumpkin, it's a little bit of that light flavor at the very beginning. It kind of is like a little bit airy. That's where the pumpkin kind of like sneaks in when you sip.
I would say the pumpkin maybe for me comes in a little bit of a flatter taste. It flattens out the roast of the coffee, but but after drinking the Great Pumpkin, where it's so pumpkin forward, I didn't get it in the stout.
Yeah, so that's still no coffee at all on that for me.
No, me neither.
Like a not as much as the previous one, but to me, there's definitely another pumpkin roll feel with that one.
Yeah,
and again, it's not overpowering, but the like you said, the cinnamon and the nutmeg. I gave it a 3.5. I would probably kill a bottle and then move on to something else. I don't think I would drink more than one in a sitting, but it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it.
2.75 for me.
I actually said dead on tastes like cinnamon raisin bread. Super awesome. And that was from November 8th of 2014.
Holy shit.
That's how long I
Did
had
it change for you?
I think it's still a solid. I probably would bump it down maybe like a quarter to 3.75 because we have had quite a bit of stouts. And I mean, for a macro brewery and for just having it as a shelf beer, definitely not bad. Elysians should be on your radar. They have
100%. These are make some cool stuff. I'd like to try them outside of the pumpkin season. See what else they do.
They have a blood orange. They have a blood orange beer. It's called, I forget. It's something fuzz.
Yeah.
I think it's called Peach Fuzz.
Peach Fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make quite a bit of stuff, and it's definitely well worth actually looking into. They even made like this really wild Belgian triple, and too. So.
Get some love in the chat. So look at that handsome guy in the PBR hat.
From who?
Aunt Mary.
Oh, wow.
Mary's showing some love. Thank you, Aunt Mary, for hanging out and sharing the stream. I appreciate that.
Also, with
score, Ben.
3.75. 3.75 now for me. I think it still has the remnants of that cinnamon raisin bread. Really like it.
Okay. Pop,
So-
score.
3.75.
Austin and the handsome guy.
2.5.
I like the Crowbot shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
I think you bought that last time we were out here.
Yeah.
We seen Crowbot in the 68.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
68 was a great band.
Oh, so good.
So
I
good.
listen to them every now and then. They're fun.
They're always in my playlists.
Yeah.
They're a great band. It was a great night.
Two-piece band, drummer and guitar player. Guitar player plays guitar and bass notes and has a loop pedal so he could play both. The drummer, instead of being in the back of the stage, comes to the front of the stage and plays his drum kit sideways, facing the crowd to his left shoulder. And the guitar player sets all of his pedals up facing the kick drum, and they just face each other. But the guitarist, his mic stand is almost as low as the drum set, so he leans down into the microphone, and they're just psychopaths, and they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super funny because I was telling my one buddy about them, and when you went up to the merch store, like the stand, to talk and like
The
buy
drummer
something,
was selling the merch.
and he was super quiet.
Yeah.
And then he got on stage and he was a complete nut.
That was Jaybird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jaybird for me, when you wouldn't think the person he is on stage is the person he's off stage, unless he was around his friends and he was comfortable. Then he was a psycho. So Austin, she said, Mary said Austin and I were drinking pumpkin beers last night.
The Sam Adams Jack you have in
Jacko
there.
Pumpkin.
Oh, nice.
The Jackal Pumpkin is super good.
We were gonna do a Thanksgiving episode, but I think we're gonna hold off on that. But I will. I'll try and I'll post it on the Banging Beers community page. We're gonna be doing on Thanksgiving. I'll be sampling different flavors of Baileys, and I'll just on the community page Thanksgiving Day tell you what I think of the different flavors of Baileys. So we'll do it that way instead of a full episode. But
I want to
think,
break out that Belgium triple, that banana pudding one
yeah.
that I got.
So let's
want
go
that
to beer of the night before we bring out our special edition, our
Okay.
last beer, the special
I
last
think
beer.
this is going to be hands down.
There's 3 that
You want
are
me
in
to-
my
I'll go
radar.
first. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. The Great Pumpkin Elysium is my beer of the night.
I'll
Will
go
it-
second.
will it-
Hold on. Sorry,
You want to retract it?
that's my pumpkin beer of the night. My beer of the night is the lime lager. Sorry,
I knew you were gonna go. You were gonna go for that. You
Yeah.
had to. You had to.
that Great Pumpkin really impressed me though.
Lager, good lager. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's his rate. That's
Ben?
his posing. I know. There's definitely 3, and they're gonna be interchangeable.
Good lineup.
It was a good lineup.
Stranger.
I'm gonna go with It's a Great Pumpkin.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Charlie
Stranger
Brown.
Things. Stranger Roots makes
Strange Roots.
not super high ABV beers, at least with the 3 we had, but very easy drinkers and very
Unique.
tasty beers.
Very unique.
Very unique. Yeah.
Bob, you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
Because I'm sure we're going the same way here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just move it up 2.
Actually,
3.
one of my favorite beers from them too. If you've ever had it before, they actually made a sour with pawpaw melons.
Mm.
Okay.
Dude, they make some interesting things. That might be a brewery we might have to go up and just hang out. I mean, we won't be able to record there because they don't know who we are, but it would be fun to go up and hang out there and just see what they got to offer. Beer of the night is
Beer
going to
of the
be
night.
first time on the
And
show.
And I heard Austin say the same thing.
Yeah, first time
Yeah.
on the show. It's going to be the lager condition with limes, 4.9 alcohol by volume. Strange Root Beer. If you want to follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and strangerootbeer.com. Beer of the night, lime lager. Let's go runner up beer number 2.
Or do you want to go? Well, no, go ahead. Beer. We'll
2.
stay with the same.
Go ahead,
format.
Ben. You start off.
Okay. Well, I would definitely pick that one second.
So the rules is if you're first time watching, you can't pick the same beer twice if you voted it for your beer of the night. So
And I was a second.
and sometimes
That was your second?
sometimes a
Yeah.
really good beer doesn't even get ranked because if it gets voted and it doesn't make the lineup, it's kind of like a bracket. It gets eliminated. Yeah.
Yeah. Single elimination.
Because I know that one's gonna be making it. So
Yeah. So what's yours? Bob jumped ahead of
Bob went with the
Oh,
Great
I-
Pumpkin.
My bad. I thought he went.
no,
No,
you're,
no,
you're
good.
good. Hey,
you. Bob's
I'll
that
take a little while.
Bob's taking command. Coming out of his shell.
I'll go with that one.
that screaming tangerine Ben goes with.
Too busy playing with my phone.
Yeah.
So, this 1-1.
Yep. Austin.
I'm going with a Mutant Temple. That IPA.
Mutant Temple.
That
Wow,
IPA
we're gonna
was
have a
really
we're gonna have
good.
a fucking we're gonna have a fucking tie.
Go ahead. I didn't vote yet.
Well, I know you're not voting for the one I'm picking.
What are you voting for? The stout?
Absolutely. That
son
was
of a
really
bitch.
good.
A beer 2 of the night.
Tony, don't let us down.
Comes down to me is gonna be Great Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin. All right,
Great
Bob, you
Pumpkin.
start off this round. Beer number 3, third place. Third place, the guy who bites the metal and sprays himself in the face in the court of the meme. Really, Tangerine.
Tangerine.
Interesting. Austin,
This is why I show my true colors. I'm going with that seltzer.
the Brew Daddy.
Yeah,
Daddy.
I really like
Pops.
that.
We're gonna make this hard for Ben, I think.
Nope, I already picked mine.
Maybe not. I'm going Mutant Temple as well.
I would have went with Dark in the Moon.
All right. so
Mutant Temple takes third place.
I kind of used that one as like a springboard to.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Let me snap a
burned
quick
it.
picture here.
You know what did it in for me with this?
Hmm.
The carbonation.
Yep.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
was, I was gonna go with this one for my second choice, but the
Mhm.
carbonation wasn't. I like that one was good, without all that carbonation.
I think it was because the way that it sat and it just like bubbled up
Maybe.
and got
It's a
affected
good beer.
by
Don't
that.
get me wrong.
Yeah,
It's a really good
I think
beer.
that's the main reason why.
I'll go first because it comes to me. Can art of the night,
can art of the night.
Mutant Temple. I like that alien with the little brain sticking out. That's my can art of the night.
I'm gonna go second on that one.
All right, move that up too. Ben.
Oh, look at all of them then too.
You guys are going with these fucking.
Crazy one. There you go, Bob.
Now listen, I think Elysian has a little bit of a disadvantage because they made labels for a certain season, but I would wear that alien on a T-shirt. I would even get that tattooed on me. That's a cool tattoo.
All of that company's logos are amazing.
The skull not so much for me. The little skull man, a little weird looking. I mean, it looks cool, but it's just not for me. The wizard's really cool, but I'm going with the alien brain.
I'm gonna
You don't like the zombie red
the
skull?
Tangerine.
No, I mean it looks all right, but
I was just gonna say
It looks like Red Skull.
yeah, Red Skull from Captain America.
Which is who, him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we got 1 and 1.
2 and 2. It comes down to Bob for the tiebreaker.
Oh, wait, who went 2?
Me and
Me-
Tony.
me and-
Oh, okay.
and
so
then you and Ben are going.
I'm not. I didn't vote.
Oh.
So you and that.
I went with
just
the
Ben. So we're waiting for Bob and you and Bob.
Me and Bob.
So I'm gonna be the odd man out again. I like that.
The werewolf.
You will not be the odd man out because I'm going with that as well.
Wow,
So we
tie
have
for
a tie
first.
for
Wow.
first.
Tie for first. We got the
Hey.
alien and the werewolf. So
That's just that's
It's
it
simple.
has a little Aussie reference. Bark at the moon, dark at the moon,
I like.
I got
listen,
you. Yeah.
Actually, you know what did
and
it
it
for
looks
me
fucking
is
cool.
You know what we should add to the show?
It changes the shading around a little bit, and that makes me think of an old Frank Frazetta work.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what we should add
you
to
know
the
what?
show?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Here's a question for you guys.
Damn.
How about we add another category? Not tonight. We'll start it next week
What's
or
that?
tomorrow.
What would it be?
So we have beer of the night,
Can art of the
can
night.
art of the night, and name of the night.
Name of the night.
Name of the night.
Beer name
Beer
of the
name
night.
of the night.
Because
yeah.
I think beer names are just as important. Sometimes people buy a beer just alone on the
just
name alone.
for the name.
I mean, if it was for me, dark. Let's start it tonight. Darko the Moon wins.
So do we have we have a tie for can art of the night?
10 art of the night. Would anyone go against Dark of the Moon?
No, I'd probably be
No,
good
that's
with
funny.
that.
That's good. I would have bought it just because of the Dark of the Moon reference.
Yeah, that's so brand new category tonight.
Yeah.
Elysian, you started it. Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the
Dark
moon.
o' the Moon. All
like
right,
it.
Ben, bust out the. It's at the door of the fridge. Let's bust out the liquid noise. Last ball of the night. We'll wrap up and we'll head out of here.
Okay. You're putting faith in me, right?
I mean, if you can't open a fridge and grab a bottle, I don't know what more we can do for you. Nope. It's it's behind that. Yeah. I don't know why you grabbed the strawberry jam. You confused me for a second.
No, we do not want spoonfuls.
Oh,
There's alcohol
Jesus.
in it.
All right, so this is called Roots of Our Labor. This is old. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit of an older bottle here.
Don't know what
but-
we're getting ourselves into on this one. This one was purchased, I think, in
Shit, was
June.
it fucking
Ben,
Champagne?
this is going to fall under the category where Ben buys a whole bunch of beers and then they kind of get shelved for a while. But if you know the guys on the bottle, this is both their brewmasters on the bottle here.
And this is going to be a sour ale with ginger and agave nectar, bottle conditioned with the natural sugars from organic carrot juice, clocking it at 5% alcohol by volume.
What's this called?
carrot juice.
Yes. Roots
of our labor. It has been checked in.
Read this one.
It has been checked in twice by two of my friends. Averages a 4, and it's been checked in 104 times at 4.13. So it's got good reviews. Once again, a little on the older side. But go ahead, Ben, read it off.
Okay, so like I said, it's actually a 5.6 fruited sour, a mixed culture sour ale conditioned atop of bushels of organic carrots and backsweetened with a touch of agave nectar and ginger. Sweet, sour, and just a touch of earthy notes make this the ultimate springtime beer.
So
Although
this
we're-
this should be fine sitting if it's a sour.
yeah, we should be good. A little bit of carbonation, but that should
Little
be
bit.
all right. A little bit of champagne.
A little bit.
Little bit of the bubbly. Little wrestling.
You got overflow.
fucking rookie.
Oh.
Fucking rookie. Fucking rookie.
You goon.
I did it on the cooler though.
You can't
On
take
the
it-
coaster.
We can't take you anywhere.
Ruined my
I don't
brand
like
new coaster. You scratched my CD.
Scratched it.
You scratched my CD!
Oh.
Wow, that's
What
a sound.
movie was that?
The Ringer.
The Ringer.
Yeah, the
With
Ringer.
Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville. Whoa! It's been a long time since I had a sour pucker in my face.
Really?
It has a unique
Woo!
odor to it.
I feel like I'm a fresh sour drinker.
It's,
That brought me back to my roots.
Actually, I have one friend that checked this in already. They gave it a 4.3. Weird but amazingly good. I need some Asian food to pair with the ginger.
Oh yeah.
That was reviewed by Katie Gladhill.
Thank you,
I
Katie.
had one friend check it in.
Wow,
Both-
this looks like actual carrot juice in the picture. Ours looks like champagne.
Yeah.
We
Would
might
watch
be-
the Suburb. Wow.
I don't get much carrot. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of carrot. It's a little hint of carrot, but this to me drinks like just a sour with a traditional sour with a hint of carrot.
All right, I
With-
stirred
with
it
the-
up.
that looks, yeah.
I stirred it up a little bit, so
All right, let me.
give it
Yeah.
like another quart, like a couple pours.
Oh,
There
it
we
is.
go,
Okay.
magical. All right, good
Fucking-
job, Ben.
we're rookies here. We
Good
don't.
job,
Sometimes
Ben.
we don't roll cans, and we should probably start doing that. Roll a can before we pour it. Yeah, it's a different beer. Don't pour it all out. Just pour a little bit on top.
Now
Oh, that's a completely different color. All right, let me go back to this now.
Now I gotta take another picture.
A little more carrot. I mean, still the taste is still there. It tastes like a traditional sour.
yeah. Sometimes the traditional sours
It is good.
definitely not bad.
It is good. I like it a lot. It's different. It's different. I like it. Ginger, tart, crushable, sour, earthy. I will agree with all of those terms.
Yeah.
This was one of the ones that
Ginger
he actually
all day.
showed. He actually
Ginger.
showed me. He actually showed me on the list this carrot, ale when we were at the Retro Lovely Ball like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I really wanted to get. When I saw that, I'm like, I got.
This
go
was
for
not
it.
there the day we were there.
No, I bought this. Oh God, it was when I was making my trips like to Shangy's and stuff. Then too.
We got now that they can.
I like that.
Well, now that they can, we gotta make it a point to get more liquid noise in the show. Wow, look at that orange now.
If you want to. Wow,
I'm burping
look at
carrot
that.
now. I burp and I taste carrot.
I got ginger all day.
The aftertaste for me is very carroty.
Wow, it's a nice little like. There
See,
we
no,
go.
no, that's I get the carrot on the back end, and I think for me at least the ginger's pretty mild, but it's definitely there.
Oh, sorry. You gotta help me with that one. I can't reach that far. I'm gonna dislocate my shoulder. Bad joint problems.
Man, we're really squeezing this one out.
I'm a fan of this brewery, man. Really cool people. Like them a lot. Yeah. Okay. Now that's carrot now.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's like an really. It's really odd. It's an
You
earthy
had to mix it.
sour.
You got to mix it.
You left to a champagne colored beer and came back to a pure orange beer.
Yep, that's what it looks like now.
Actually, that just happened. It just settles like that.
Yeah.
I'll go easy here. I'll go first. 4 overall 4. I like it.
Yeah, it's
a
sour.
good sour.
It's earthy. A little bit of the carrot. A little bit of the ginger. A little bit muted with the ginger
Yeah.
and the slightly sweet. I would give that a 4 as well.
Ooh. I haven't had a
Man.
sour hit me in the back of the neck like that in a while.
That was like the first outings of Hudson Valley there. Oh, they
It kind of tastes like a little bit of their farmhouse, like a sour farmhouse. Remember their farmhouse they had, where it kind of has a little bit of that barnyard taste.
Yeah. That's a good comparison to it. Hudson Valley actually. I had to bring it up since I said about it. They're delivering to PA now finally.
Are they really?
They are. It took them long enough to fucking do it.
They're probably like this Ben guy spent 500.
It's like we need that clientele from PA.
I like it. I like that move. I think it's cool.
Yeah, they do Monday through Wednesdays. You can get it delivered. So, fair warning for people that are getting beer from UPS. They are in their seasonal shift, so they might be
Take a
taking a
little
little bit longer. So,
Well, they're also they were trying to get the election votes in and stuff too.
oh, gee.
Yeah.
Keyword trying.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Trying.
We'll find out who our president is in like another 2 months. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Overall score.
I said 4.
4. Sorry, Bob.
I'm on board with that. This is a 4 for me.
Austin.
Every time Ben breaks out a bottle, it's always a treat. The first time I was on the show, it was that huge.
You should see there's about 3 more
Stout.
bottles in that fucking. We'll probably bust out another bottle tomorrow.
That stout you brought out the first time I was on was what was it? It was a black and red label.
Black and red label.
Are you hanging out?
Oh,
Are you hanging
yeah.
out tonight? Or you going back
Yeah.
with Dad?
I'm probably going back with Dad
All right.
because
Yeah.
we have plans in the morning.
Sucks with you.
I
I
remember
was
that.
I was gonna bust out that marshmallow beer, but you sucks with you.
What
Equilibrium marshmallow that Ben gave me.
Save it.
What marshmallow beer?
You gave me another one of the Equilibrium marshmallow ones.
Oh, the triple. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
well,
I did.
we do have to wait for Mom to show up, so
Well, that's a good excuse.
Pops,
What do you
what do you
rate
score?
this?
I'm giving it a 4.
Pops. He's not gonna like this.
I'm playing Sam and Cal on this one.
I'm gonna go
2-5.
2-5.
I was gonna say
not a
that.
big sour fan.
Not a big. This one is ginger all day. I'm not a huge ginger fan. The sour on top of it just killed me.
I'm doing the pee dance. Ben, what do you got to plug?
What I got to plug, we have another show tomorrow. We're doing all Mel Mink 32-ounce crowlers, so we're gonna have some fun there.
Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Other than that, one more show. I don't know what we're gonna do for Sunday show.
Sunday will be Sunday at
Go
1
ahead, go
o'clock.
ahead.
I'm not sure the lineup yet. We'll find that out.
Okay.
But we're gonna do Mellow Mink as well as I think we're gonna add the Southern Tier pumpkin beers to it. So
That's a
it'll be,
good move.
It'll be Mellow Mink, Southern Tier pumpkin, and then Sunday will be another probably 2 or 3 pumpkins as well. With we might do Great North Bay,
Great North Bay.
the ones with the Sonic, the watermelon, and the old timey.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably do those 3.
All
Yeah.
right.
And then we'll get all the Shanghai beers out of the way, and then we'll coming to next week. We're not current, but we're closer than we were.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have enough pumpkin beers out of the way that I think we'll be on a consistent track that I think the rest of the month. Because I don't think we're going to be recording Friday night unless people are down to record Black Friday. I don't personally care, but we'll see how it goes.
Is there going to be a Black Friday this year?
That's true. I mean, we'll have we'll get it'll be a blackout Friday.
There you go.
We'll have a blackout Friday.
Well, we could do the option where Tyler Budwash would get a whole bunch of over% stouts, and we can go that route.
Maybe we'll
Dive bombed.
that'll be our teaser. Maybe we'll have Blackout Friday. So find a ride to that week's episode because it's gonna be a shit show. Austin, Bob? What do you got to plug? Oh,
Yeah, hopefully not buying a new microphone.
these ones are cheap.
Nothing really special going on. Tomorrow is our rescheduled trip to Rusty Rail if everything goes okay.
Nice.
So that'll be a big fan of their stuff. It'll be my first time visiting. If any of you guys want anything while I'm out there, let me know when we're off air and
Yeah.
see what we can do.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I got to hype. Going to Rusty Rail. Hope it's a good time.
Cool. Austin.
Support the podcasts. Get on board with it. Everything's going great. And support Yeti Music and his music and what he's doing. If you're not listening to it, you're missing out. So
All right. Yeti maybe on a future episode of Interviews with Everyday People.
Cool.
So local hip hop artist from Monty City, Pennsylvania, Matt Yatsenta.
I got nothing.
Nothing to plug.
No.
Dang, no.
What about your Warhorse episode coming up?
Uh,
Are you leaving Sunday?
yeah, I gotta go back.
And you're here
Sunday.
next Friday?
I'll be back. I took Thursday and Friday off, so I'll be back Wednesday night. Just because he's leaving Sunday.
Do you want to? Well, here we'll do this instead of a Sunday, because we're gonna be at Gettysburg. Never mind. I think Friday. We'll figure something. Friday we're leading maybe doing the Warhorse episode, so maybe Sunday we'll do Warhorse. Or yeah,
You could do that, yeah.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll talk out there.
Yeah, we'll figure out the
Don't
Warhorse.
make any commitments yet.
Maybe Sunday will be Mellow Mink and Saturday will be Warhorse because I want him to at least try the beers he bought.
Mm-hmm.
I've already tried 2 of them.
Would we we'll have a full table. We'll have like the main stage
Honestly, hold on.
for tomorrow.
Thinking about it now, maybe Warhorse will be Blackout Friday because the two of those are like fucking 10, 11, and 10, like 12%.
That one's up there.
Yeah, maybe
That
we'll
one's
save
up there.
Warhorse for Blackout Friday.
Blackout Friday.
Yeah, we'll do Blackout Friday with Warhorse.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
And maybe you can grab maybe a few other Warhorses and we'll do a full.
I will be up. I don't know if I'll get to the brewery, but
You could probably find a store that sells them.
I'll be going up to Camillus, Syracuse, and I'll check out
If you can
Branching
find that
Out
Hulk,
Bottle.
if you can find that Hulk Hogan one.
I'll see what Branching Out Bottle has.
All right.
What I would probably do is then too, like since we did a bottle, that this show we did the Liquid Noise. I think it would be best if we have all of our group. We should do the reverse migration, the Equilibrium bottle, in Buffalo Trace barrels. That stout with the silver wax. That was the cat's ass when I had it. So I think we should break that out since Austin's here. Give him a good treat before he hits the road.
I was like, who the fuck is posting this Banging Bears podcast? But it was Austin.
Yeah, I'm tagging Yeti's music.
Yeah, if you want to check out Yeti's music, there it is in the chat there.
That's
All right.
the Spotify, and this one's the Apple
All right.
for whatever you listen to.
What do you got, Tony?
I got nothing, man. Check out the check out the IWEP network. We have a lot of cool stuff. We change up the format, so the only show that's going to be cramming episodes down your fucking gullet is Banging Beers. The rest of the shows are just going to be 1 or 2 episodes a month. We're going to give you time to catch up with everything. If you listen to this audio, cool. I appreciate it. If you listen to it just video, I think that's the way to go because we're kind of nutty and you can visually see the beers and the colors and stuff. But thank you guys so much for the support. Coming up on, we just hit 2 years. I didn't announce this on the other shows. I don't know why. Because we changed the format of the show, so I always forget to announce this. But on what day was it?
2 days ago?
On the Tuesday the 3rd, we hit our 2-year mark for the network. When this network started, it was literally 10 8-round podcast, which aired its first episode on I believe it was also, it might have been November the 3rd.
That was like interviews with everyday people.
It was.
And then that one.
Nope, interviews. Actually, the first interview that ever aired would be next Thursday. It would be the
wow.
12th would be our first interview. First episode we ever aired as a network was 10 8-round podcast, and it was on November 3rd.
Wow.
And since then, that show no longer exists. But if Tanner Martin has now does a page on Facebook called Blue Chip Breaks, and they buy cards, and you can bid on places or teams, and then win autographed cards. It's really, really fun. But yeah, our network started on Tuesday the 3rd, so we're on our 2-year anniversary, and we're slowly catching up to the anniversaries of every show. I believe Bangin' Beers was one of the last shows to start.
December.
It started later in December, but it's the show that has the most episodes. So because it doesn't take much show prep to come in and just drink and talk. So
Yeah.
This is true.
And not only that, there's an ever-ending cycle of beer. It's like,
I wonder
where do you
why,
Yeah.
Ben.
well, hey,
yeah.
I fucking pitched.
This is psychopath. Always has beer.
Yeah. Leave it to the bass player of our new logo to fucking have a fucking alcohol problem. We'll see you guys next time. Bangin' Beers podcast. Oh, real quick too, a quick teaser. Not only we are getting a new logo, but we also may be getting new intro music. But until then, here's some Max Bolton for this awesome Bangin' Beers podcast.
Peace out.
Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. If you got some beers to bring, you know we're always down to hang. 1 or 2 or 3 more, come see what we've got in store. A beer for you and a beer for me, 1 and 1, and that makes 3. So if you think you're down to hang, come and join the bangin' gang. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, time to bang some